Hi, it's Frank and Chrissy.
Yeah, hi.
My name's Samantha. Nice to meet you both. So you guys are kind of the founding group, if you like, of the humankind. How did that all come about? Because you're calling yourselves a collective.
Yeah, so the collective, well, it's made up of a group of 14 people. So we are primarily musicians, so professional singers and musicians, songwriters, composers, sound engineers, photographers, designers. So there's a lot of artistic skill across the spectrum, and we've all got this a heart for mental health awareness, and so we've come together to create this music and put on these shows, and yeah.
It's amazing what you guys have put together, because you're relatively new as in putting things out, right? You started kind of throughout the Mental Health Awareness Week with that first song.
Yeah, well, that was when we were meant to launch our series of shows, which are all a fundraising initiative for the Mental Health Awareness, Mental Health Foundation. But of course, yeah, we had to cancel that. We rescheduled them for November, had to cancel those. So we've settled for March.
Yes, the fingers are crossed. Oh my goodness, it's been such a mission with all of this COVID at the moment, right? Trying to actually have time to reschedule, and that's such a big issue. The type of music you're doing and the message and everything, you say that the shows are kind of how you want it to be experienced, the music, rather than more just the auditory, like you have a regular music. What's kind of involved with the shows that makes it a different experience?
Well, it's an audiovisual experience, basically. Creating music and combining visuals with music, just to create a strong emotional content through connecting both.
I mean, the music ought to be standalone as well.
Yes,
right?
Of course, yeah.
But because we've got this amazing team of people, it's like, well, let's do something a bit bigger than that as well. And so the visual imagery has been selected to tie into the lyrical themes in the song. So it is meant to be quite an immersive experience coming to the live events. So we'll look forward to the day.
And also, yes. I would add that, through the life of performances, we can create awareness regarding mental health, issues that people may have, and how to connect and reach out to mental health organizations as well. So there's a bit of information as well there.
Yeah, because we're also using the shows to highlight these really amazing organizations that are working in the mental health field and spectrum. And so bringing those into a greater awareness for people, because, there are some cool organizations, but people don't necessarily know about them. So
yeah, exactly. The new song, Walk to the River, so all of the proceeds from this one in particular are going to Lifeline?
That's right. Well, so Frank did the interview with Lifeline, and so we wanted to promote that via our socials and our website, just to connect and raise awareness for Lifeline.
Yeah, so that interview is all about trying to know more about Lifeline, what they're all about. And so Elena de Fontenay, who's the operations manager for Lifeline, was kind enough to explain what they're doing, and it's a wonderful work, because you've got volunteers, you've got full-time employees, and they get up to be able to really provide a wonderful service for people who need support.
How do you see your music in particular being, I guess, part of? You have your lyrics and all of that kind of thing, but in terms of mental health, because it is such a big field, and there are so many things that are going into it. I guess, how did you come to the conclusion that music and the way that you're doing it now would be the right way to do it? Sorry, big question. You can just have a chat about it.
I think we took under consideration the fact that each member of the band has been through some mental health challenges, whether personally or with family or friends. It's not uncommon, obviously.
Yeah.
And by having that chat and that purpose, we just combined the music and our efforts to create awareness regarding mental health. So basically, it's almost like a natural combination of both, if you want.
Do you find it quite therapeutic for yourselves then as well, that whole process and creating and being able to get lost in that creativity?
yeah, that's part of it, is because, you know, through our own mental health challenges, music's like can be a wonderful therapy for that, if you like. And
yeah.
so we're taking that, turning that pain into purpose, if you like. And we are all primarily from, you know, the artistic, like arts is where we're at.
Yeah.
We're just marrying that with this kind of passion for using the platform to do something bigger than just the music itself.
Normalization, that's what we kind of here for, right? That's the whole point. Now, another question then that it kind of almost is the flip side of everything it just said, being, you know, music and creativity is the outlet. Quite often that's how people deal with burnout in their regular lives. But since, you know, this is also your life, how do you deal with burnout from the humankind? Because, you know, it can be so go, go, go. You're doing the interviews, you're creating, you're in the studio, you're doing all of this stuff. What's your then break from it?
That's a good question.
Yeah, it is a really good question because, you know, a lot of what we've all been through individually is historic, but then you bring those tools with you, and sometimes it's easier said than done to walk the talk, you know, to actually switch off the computer or like go to bed. You know, when you're on a roll,
exactly.
It's hard to kind of just cut it off, but it's good to like eat properly, exercise, you know, just like basic fundamentals. And
No, to be open to each other as well. You know, I think we've got it's not a policy, but it's a little bit of a trait of the humankind and the band members to be able to talk with each other and to not being judgmental and to certainly normalize some of the feelings we can feel. I mean, hey, we've been through COVID-19. Who hasn't been feeling down?
Exactly.
That's listening. So how we deal with that, and certainly it's great to have a good bunch of people and friends to be able to share that.